Tina.
I'm Ross.
So today we're going to be trying Fiskeboller. This was given to us by our friend Elaine when she was in Norway. She picked this up as a fairly traditional Norwegian dish. We're very unfamiliar with it, besides it means fish balls. And it's some kind of minced white fish made into these balls. So
Can't make it up.
yeah, so we're going to give these a try. Fortunately, I noticed that there are some instructions back here. I had to get on Google Translate and pretty much translate everything from Norwegian to figure out how to prepare these. At first I thought it was just a heat and serve, like a lot of your canned dishes. But yeah.
No joking there.
There are actually some instructions. You mix it with some flour and butter, and you mix in some milk, and then you put these in.
Yeah.
And supposedly you can serve it with dill or curry. Might give it a little bit more flavor.
Yeah, maybe.
So we're gonna give that a try, and we'll have it with a side of steamed broccoli and boiled potatoes.
Which is I believe you said the traditional side dish.
Yeah, I heard that boiled potatoes are traditional and often steamed vegetables. Apparently they do carrots a lot of times, but that would be okay with Ross, but I'm not a big fan of carrots. So I'm going to do broccoli since we both like broccoli.
Yes.
All right, so we'll be right back to test these out. Okay, we're back, and this is our first time trying Fiskeboller. We'll see how these are. We did a couple of them with the dill on top and a couple with some curry seasoning. See which one we like better.
Yes.
Are you ready to dig in and give them a try?
Ready to dig into the fish balls. So, I will say, as you were prepping this fine meal, working on it, you open the can.
Fishy?
It smelled like a combination of tuna and cat food. You didn't think so?
I just thought it smelled fishy. Now, granted, I haven't had a cat, so I wouldn't really know what cat food smells like.
Okay.
So I guess that's it.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
I don't know. I probably don't even need this knife. They feel pretty soft.
I don't think you need a knife. Matter of fact, I just cut right through it. Mm-hmm.
Not bad.
Yeah.
Kind of an unusual texture
Yes.
when you're thinking of fish anyway. It tastes kind of like a dumpling, maybe a little softer than a dumpling.
It's very soft.
Yeah.
This borderline falls apart in your mouth.
Yeah, yeah.
So, yeah, it's good.
But yeah, I think having the sauce with a little bit of the dill on there was nice.
Yes, sir, you're still working on the curry.
I just had some dill, so.
It's very light.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, very light.
Not really fishy.
Sorry?
Not really fishy.
No.
I mean, I was thinking when we opened the can, it's got that fishy smell. I thought, Very mild fish flavor to it.
Mm-hmm.
Just kind of an unusual texture, though.
Yeah. Sometimes when you have like processed fish, it seems it could be pretty firm, like in a fish fillet, but this is much softer.
It's very soft. And then I don't know, granted this was a canned product, if somebody made this from scratch, I don't know, there might be a difference in the texture if somebody actually prepped one of these Fiskebollers, fish balls from scratch. Do you prefer the curry or the dill?
Well, I'm going to try the dill.
You haven't tried the dill yet.
Okay, here I go. Curry.
Curry?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
I almost feel like, should I even put a little bit more on? I was trying to do a little bit of a light seasoning. I didn't want to over season them, but I think they're actually both good. I like both the dill and the curry.
Yeah.
I think they do add something to it because it is such a mild fish flavor, and then even though it has this nice sauce in it, it recommended adding a little salt, pepper, and onion powder. So it's pretty mild too. Just has butter, flour, and milk in it. It's pretty basic, but it gives you a very nice white sauce to go with it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now, didn't you tell me? Yeah, Elaine, who was the kind person to provide us with the fish balls, had said that this was not a favorite of hers.
I think so. I'd have to go back and look and see what she said, but
Okay.
I think this was one of the things that was not a favorite of hers.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, let us know in the comments, have you ever tried Fiskeboller? Do you like it? Maybe you've tried it somewhere else. Maybe you actually tried it in Norway, or you're from Norway and enjoy Fiskeboller.
Okay. So you're saying that you prefer the dill over the curry? Is that right?
I don't know. I actually like them both.
Equally.
Yeah, and I really do think it adds a little something to it. I think if you just had them plain, they'd be a little bit maybe boring. You know, not enough flavoring to them. I like the addition of the seasoning on it.
Yeah.
Makes them a little more interesting.
So, and this consists of cod. Is that right?
You know, I think it's a mixture of fish. I think I saw pollock in there, but there's a lot of other fish in there as well. That it's in Norwegian, so I couldn't really read all of them. They're supposed to be white fish, is what I read. So
Yeah. I'm just kind of curious. Like, say, if a person was to go into a Norwegian market and they saw that can, what other kind of fish ball varieties would there be? Let us know if you know. So let me ask you this. Yeah, I'm dipping my potato in the sauce. If you had the chance to have this again, would you?
it wouldn't be a go-to meal for me. It's fun to try, but I don't know. What about you?
Yeah, I would.
You'd go for it?
Oh yeah, I like this. I mean, it has a nice flavor to it.
Mm-hmm.
It's definitely not heavy. Sometimes you just want a light dinner.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like the flavor of it. It's interesting. So thank you, Elaine.
Yeah, thank you for allowing us to try this. It's so fun to try something that we would not normally see here. In fact, I don't know if you can buy this in our area. Maybe you can. Maybe KP International
Maybe.
has something like this. I don't know. I don't feel like we have a lot of Scandinavian options. Although we did go to that Scandinavian festival. I don't recall seeing this on their menu of options.
No.
At their food stands.
No. I don't remember seeing fish balls as one of the...
No, you definitely saw a prevalence of fish dishes, but I don't recall the fish balls being there. Yeah.
So thank you, Elaine. This makes up for the troll licorice that we had. That wasn't for me, but you didn't mind it. Is that correct? You didn't mind that troll licorice?
I didn't mind it. You know, again, it wouldn't be my go-to treat, but every once in a while I pop one in my mouth and I don't mind it. Once you get over that initial salty shock. I actually had my mom try one, and yeah, she wasn't a big fan of
No,
them,
okay.
So.
Yeah, I thought you were going to take them to work and leave them on a few desks so the employees and co-workers, so maybe not.
No.
No, you wouldn't
I'll
do
eat
that.
them.
Okay.
Now, another thing we tried that Elaine brought us was the reindeer meatballs.
Those are good.
Now, do you have a preference for the reindeer meatballs or these?
Okay, you're putting me on the spot.
It's been a while since we tried the meatballs, huh?
I remember the reindeer meatballs. I would say they were more savory than this.
Mm-hmm.
And I think they were maybe a little more filling. So I'm going to guess this is more healthy than the reindeer meatballs.
Maybe, but I also read that reindeer meat is actually supposed to be high in protein, low in fat, compared to some other animals. This, remember, was made... The sauce has a lot of butter in it, so there's
right.
that.
That's how you're trying to kill me.
Oh.
Okay. I would say if I'm wanting something more on the savory side, I would go with the reindeer meatballs. And for something lighter, I'd go with the fish balls.
Okay.
But they both, they're both enjoyable.
Yeah.
What was your preference? Do you prefer the reindeer balls? Do you prefer the reindeer meatballs, or do you prefer the fish balls? What's your preference?
Reindeer balls or fish balls? I think I'm going to go with the fish balls, actually.
Why?
I think I just like the flavor a little better in them.
Okay.
I mean, the reindeer meatballs were fun to try too, but I might actually like these a little better.
Fair enough. I do like the sauce. I do like the sauce.
Mm-hmm.
Just dipping my tatties in it. So I think it's a success. I think you did an excellent job, especially when you're trying to use Google Translate.
Yeah, that was quite an experience. And I'm glad I looked that up because initially when I saw it, I thought, oh, it's canned. You just throw it in a pot and heat it up and you're good to go. I'm so glad that I looked a little closer and saw that there's actually a sauce that you make with it, because I think that makes all the difference. I can't imagine if we just had these plain, what that would taste like. I think they'd be really, really bland.
Yeah. I think you said some of the instructions were a little on the big side. Like, after you had the sauce, dump the contents of the can, the fish balls, into the sauce and let it sit for 5 minutes. Well, with the heat on, with the heat off, I'm concerned about that.
And some of it might be Google Translate too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they just said to soak them, but it looked like you put the fish balls in twice, and I'm thinking, something's not quite right, and I found another recipe for it, and so modified as I went along, because I think just that's the problem with it. Google Translate did a pretty good job, I have to admit, but there are a few little vague things in there, but I think it all worked out.
It did, yes. So if you have tried fish balls, what do you think?
Yeah.
Let us know.
All right, so if you like food reactions and food tastings, give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. Hit that notification bell so you know when we publish a new video. And until next time, bye-bye.
Bye.